Weird Al Yankovic, who was very much struggling to get some notoriety.
I was managing Dr. Demento, and Al was the most requested artist on the Dr. Demento show. Another One Rides the Bus at that time was going through the roof. Dr. Demento had a live show that he would take around.
I'm going to share him and his band with you here at the Wax Museum right now.
I just go out and I'd get on stage at a nightclub or at a college.
And we invited Al to come out and perform.
Dementites and Dementoids, Weird Al Yankovic.
We had no idea how Al was really in front of an audience. I was standing in the wings watching what was going on, and the effect that he was having on this audience was mind-boggling.
Jay immediately decided that he wanted to work with him.
I'm thinking, like, my God, what this would sound like if he put a band together and actually performed these with a band, it would kill.
The band, it was me, Steve J on bass, Jim West on guitar, and then Al, of course, on accordion.
We were rehearsing at little dive rehearsal studios.
We had a gig at Knott's Berry Farm in the Los Angeles area,
which I think was his first solo concert. And Al was so unknown that they spelled his name wrong on the marquee. They spelled it Wired Al instead of Weird Al.
That's really frustrating for Al. I mean, he's a compulsive perfectionist with regard to grammar.
I remember a couple of shows that didn't go so well. Al was booked to open for Missing Persons.
They were big at that time. He was so excited.
We had been told that we were perfect to open for this band because although they were a punk band, they had a humorous side to their music.
But apparently a new wave, punkish kind of audience is not the right audience for accordion music.
When we hit the stage, it was just instant wall of hatred coming at us.
Not really a comedy-loving crowd.
Everyone giving us the finger, snarling, hateful expressions.
It was a nightmare. It was just an absolute nightmare.
True, vehement hatred, spitting, angry, vile.
They threw many things.
I saw a plastic cup come and hit Al right there, right between the eyes, kind of knock his glasses to the side. And I saw him, like, kind of not, like, recovering from his injury, put the glasses back on, just being totally freaked out. And at that moment, this tiger rose up inside of me, and it was like, f*** them.
Al just decided that he was not going to let them chase him off the stage. He was going to do his show.
And then it became incredible fun.
He stayed up there just to piss him off. Oh, you hate this? Wait for the next one. Oh, you didn't like that? See how this is.
The only good thing about the show was that they were pelting him with change, and he was still pretty poor back then. So he was able to scrounge up probably $20 worth of change.
Needless to say, we didn't get an encore. After that, Al's walking to his car.
There was a kid there.
I said, "Are you that guy that played the accordion?"
Are you Weird Al? And Al said, yeah. And the kid says,
"You suck."
You suck.
You suck.
That was sort of the capper on the evening.
Al came up with the idea of doing I Love Rocky Road, a parody of I Love Rock and Roll, which was a huge Joan Jett hit at the time.
Al went to the writer of the song, which was not Joan Jett, but Jake Hooker.
And I said, "Who the hell is Weird Al? And why are you calling me? You know, I'm like enjoying my success right now. I don't really want anyone making fun of my song."
I mean, some people you have to sort of walk them through it.
I wasn't going to let my song be made a joke of.
It's a parody.
A parody is one thing.
Here's how we'll do it.
To make a bad-sounding record is not, to me, funny.
No, it's not offensive.
They sent me lyrics. I thought they were funny.
Jake said, "You know what? I manage Rick Derringer, fantastic producer. And I think Rick might be interested in working with Al on another single."
I said, "We shouldn't be thinking about making a single. This guy should make an album."
You don't make money releasing singles.
Jake was able to wangle us some spec time to do a whole album.
Al was really excited to do his first album.
We thought, well, this is great. We'll probably make this one record and that'll be it.
Al was very, very meticulous in the studio.
He put these ideas together in this cohesive manner that normal people just can't do.
He had like a loose leaf book with everything completely written out. I remember he would want to keep doing the takes over and over again until they were really, in his mind, perfect.
One time he scheduled my bathroom appointment.
They finished the album, which was pretty good.
And then the shopping began to all the different labels.
It wasn't as easy as we thought.
We took it everywhere, and of course, everyone passed.
Nobody wanted to sign him.
There weren't too many people doing funny music on albums, so it was a tough road to hoe.
One of my fondest memories is calling people saying, hi, I'm a manager of an artist named Weird Al Yankovic, and having people say, oh, that's too bad.
They didn't get it. I said, you're not going to get airplay. No rock radio is going to play this stuff. I remember this one guy was president of a very famous label. He said, you can't do it. It's embarrassing. You know, my friends will think I'm an idiot.
All the labels told us, this is great. This is going to be very successful. But we don't really want to do it.
So I took the tape of I Love Rocky Road to a radio station in Los Angeles.
The program director loved it and put it on the air right away. And it became one of their most top requested songs, was getting played all the time.
That enabled us to bring it back out, in essence, to the labels. And again, people were, essentially just saying, no, it doesn't prove anything, except for Tad Dowd.
I loved it. I thought it was unique, brilliant. In his creative way, he knew what really worked.
Tad came from old school show business.
There's a whole philosophy to me. Who's the genius? Let the public decide.
He saw this was about great entertainment.
We signed him.
And at that point, things began to roll.
When Al got signed to this record deal, he was so excited he made photocopies of his contract and gave it to all his friends.
When we signed with Scotti Brothers, we have essentially an album that's fully recorded. But I Love Rock and Roll at that point had become pretty dated.
They still really needed a hit single.
We needed something a little more current.
The big hit at that moment was Mickey by Tony Basil.
So we cut a song called Ricky, a song about Lucy and Ricky Ricardo.
Ricky was going to be the single, so they needed to do a video.
It just felt like, well, this is part of the culture now, so you do it.
They did this on a shoestring budget.
They gave us $6,000.
A lot of Al's friends were in it.
Dr. Demento was in the video.
I'm one of the dancers at the end.
Hey, Ricky! And he had his friend Joe Miller, was a beatnik playing bongos.
Ricky was not, by any stretch, a big hit.
The first album didn't do that much.
For some reason, radio wouldn't adopt and the video companies wouldn't adopt.
Everybody thought, for sure, this has got to be like a novelty act of all time. One record and that's it. And nobody in their right minds thought it was going to go beyond that.
Next, Weird Al puts it all on the line to parody the King of Pop.
Beat It was huge.
It was practically surreal, this notion of going to Michael Jackson and asking him for permission.